Hello, it is Friday, April 30th, 2021. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Pearl Podcast, episode 216. Sorry, it's been over a month again. Anyway, you can find the show notes for this podcast at knitandpearl-doris.blogspot.com. In social media, I am One Fine Cow, all spelled out, on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy, and I am Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together, on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Pearl Podcast group, which is small, and a lot of people have left Ravelry because of their new design is hard on their eyes. Alas, I said all that, but you don't have to remember any of that because in the down bar below, there are links to the show notes, links to the Ravelry group, and if you click on the show notes at the top underneath the video are all this clickable social links. So go over, click on the show notes, click on the things and follow me, and I'll follow you back. I'm not doing the birthday. I decided to put a pause on the birthday shout out since there's so few Ravelry and the Ravelry group is very inactive. So we'll leave it at that and we'll go into Story of the Week and Stash Enhancement. I don't have any excuses why I haven't done a podcast, except maybe I didn't have the will to do anything, or there's not been a lot of views, and maybe that's because like me, people just are so distracted by the things of our world and the state of things that I'm not watching a lot of podcasts myself. So I'm gonna try to pull it back together, get it back together in the next little bit, I hope. I do have some stash, and I have some faux, or have a faux to show. I also started 4 brand new whips. I've decided to work on and start the things that I want to work on and revisit the old whips if I want, or frog them or repurpose them in some other form. That's just the way it is. Life seems to be too short to work on things that don't make me happy. That's my mantra. That's my that's the way I've been feeling lately. So I don't even remember the old whips. I've got a few viruses and a blanket that I started over a year ago. I should get back to that. But maybe longer than a year, actually. Okay, we'll start with the stash. I purchased a 12-inch ChiaoGoo circular. It's a US 9 because they didn't have a US 10. And you will see what I needed that for when we go through the whips. I purchased that, and I purchased 6 more balls of this wonderful Saver yarn. It's ice yarn Saver. It is 100% what do you call it? Draylon acrylic, and this stuff is a dream to work. It's a dream to crochet with. I've not knit with it yet, but I'm almost positive I will be having some extra skeins. And I ordered a couple more colors that are coming soon. Shh. Just kidding. So that, I think, is all of the stash. So, whips. I completed the fat bottom that I was, and I put a little pin. I decorated it with a little lapel pin. It's pearls and rhinestones. And guess what, you guys? I got it lined. It's not the best job, but it is lined. And it is now a usable purse. I haven't used it, but it's awesome. It is really, really awesome, and I love it so much. So this is a free pattern on Ravelry by Cindy Coleman. The yarn is Mainstays in pink multi. It's like the Walmart yarn acrylic. I used an H hook. I like increase the pattern with some extra increases in the middle. I think increase in the middle and maybe increases to start too. I don't remember. But I made it bigger than the other ones. So it's got a good area to push some stuff in. So anyway, that's done. I really enjoy it. This is a really fun pattern, and I like the shape of it. There you go. That's the only finished object, but I have four works in progress that have a lot of work done on it. So after I finished that purse, I got distracted and started another. This is some Red Heart yarn. I don't know, it was unnamed. It was in the bunch of yarn that Melissa gave me that she didn't like. Someone gave to her and she didn't. She likes more DK weight yarn, and this is, of course, worsted. So this will be another lined purse. I'm at a stopping point. I have picked, this will be the lining. And I'm going to decorate it with this button. So I think this is going to be another pretty bag. I have to, at this point, I have to cut my lining, iron it out, and then iron up the seams and seam it all around, and then pin it to the bag and hand sew it in. This will be my second line, and I'm loving it lined. In fact, the fact that it is a usable purse that I'm moving out of the scene for a moment. I am contemplating ripping this one back. What I would have to do was rip back this and then rip back, not hard at all. Once you take all the yarn off, you've still got a solid piece, and lining these two too. I'm really, really contemplating that. Because, yeah. And this little thing, I don't know if I have any more of this yarn. There will be a little bit of yardage lost, and so I'm afraid that, but would this be cute lined? Yes, it would. So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about it. But it takes me so long because I've had this sitting here for at least a week and have done nothing with it. I want to, I just haven't. I haven't. So anyway, yeah, I'm contemplating that. So let's get on to the other whips. That's whip number 1, but that wasn't the first one I started. I started this one just a couple of days ago. I was looking over here at yarns, and this is some leftover yarn from the super simple summer sweater I knit last summer. It's Himalaya Everyday Viking. And I was thinking about it, and I started a Ricky hat. I love the Ricky hat. I really do. It's a fun pattern, and I got this yarn. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. So I finished the rem, and I'm in the bigger needle now. I'm going to, I think I'm going to knit 7 inches. I think I'm at 4.5 now, and then do the, you know, the decreases and finish it. But yeah, I started this. It was just, yeah, let me have something little on the needles. So I started it. I wanted to. What did I say? Life's too short to work on things you don't want to do. So much nicer to work on things that you want to do. So, you guys, this is the 5th ball. I think it might be the last ball of this blanket. I'm going to make sure you can see it all. Let's start here. Isn't this the most prettiest thing you ever saw? So this is 2, okay, let me show you. These are the pattern repeats of the pattern. This is the first one. This one is the second one, and I'm going to finish the 3rd pattern repeat, and I think there's like another 8 or 10 rows after that to make it look the same on both sides. So it's going to be a lovely throw blanket that's going to cover me from head to toe, which is what I want. But this pattern, you guys, you see how far I've gotten with one color of yarn. This pattern is so engaging and so much fun that I'm not bored. When I'm crocheting on it, I am not bored at all. It is, like I said, it's engaging and it's simple. There were a few things, there's mistakes in it, but you can't tell it because, you know, crochet is so forgiving. And I've had to pull back because I've started the wrong row, but gorgeous. I love it. Okay, that's a lot of work done on that. Of course, it's been a month, you know. This is like the 5th skein, and I think that's going to be enough. Anyway, I bought that extra yarn because I was working on this, and I'd completed one ball of yarn, and it was like this much. I'm like, oh no, 4 balls is not going to be enough. As you see, I just started the 5th ball. Fun pattern. I recommend it. It's the test. Well, wait a minute. Where am I at? I don't know. I lost my show notes. One moment, please. There it is. Sorry. Tessellated Hearts Crochet Filet. It's not a wrap, it's a blanket. It's a paid for pattern that I bought from Etsy from Fiber Spider. The yarn is Ice Yarns Savor, which is a Draylon acrylic 100%. It's amazing, you guys. It's really nice. It's crocheting up lovely, as you can tell. It's a nice yarn. The hooks and this is also making it so enjoyable. I picked up this crochet hook, I think it was at Michael's. Yeah. And it's just a Susan Bates, but it's an ergonomic. This is so nice to work with. It feels good in the hand. It's lightweight. It's amazing. I want to get some more of these. Incredibly light crochet hook. Very nice. Okay. So I told you last time that I was going to start another sweater. So I started this sweater and I finished the body in a week. It's a little tiny sweater, you guys. It's a little tiny sweater. So it should have been done. It should have been done in a week. But I got to the sleeves and I was dreading the sleeves because I do not like doing color work magic loop because it just is so difficult to make sure that your tension is correct and whatever. So when I just finally just picked it up and said I'm going to do it, I was using these. This is an 18-inch, and it was hard because the stitches were all stretched out. And as I went down, you decrease, and so you get down. So I'm just like, this is not going to work. So I think in the middle of this section going down, I finally got the 12-inch needle, which I got, and finished the sweater. So I've been putting off starting the second sweater, the sleeve, just because it's not easy, it's not pleasant, but I need to get this done and get this to my lady at the nursing home so she can have something warm to wear. And you guys, colorwork sweaters. I mean, this thing flew off the needle. It was done in a week. It's smaller. And it just went so fast that this should have been done within the first 2 weeks since the last podcast. But it's not done yet. I should get it. I mean, this would have taken a day to finish, if that much. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It should be done, but it's not. I'm also out of white yarn, or get very close to being out of white yarn. So I don't want to buy more yarn. Anyway, and I showed you the fat bottom bag, the Ricky hat, the tessellated heart, the worsted. 1, 2, 3, 5. I have 5. 5 new whips in different, next time I podcast, I'll have a lot of finished objects if I stay motivated and do a little bit at a time. The final whip in a fat squirrel bag. Did I even show you this bag? This is the Ricky hat, and this is from Thank God for Bags. So pretty bucket bag. I love it so much. Hi, Sheila. I miss you. So anyway, in this bag, I mean, I was going through my Ravelry library looking at patterns, and this one has been in my library for a while, and I'm like, ugh, I want to crochet this. So I had a half a ball of this sitting over there, and I'm like, yeah, I, I've got enough of this left, as you can see. Let me see if I can move my head. That right there is like more, 3 more skeins or 4 more skeins of this. So pretty. This yarn is like a, what do you call it? Single roving type yarn. It's thick and thin, but so nice to work with and so beautiful. I work on this during American Idol. Not all the time. I started it, but then I decided, okay, this is going to be my American Idol project. Here it is. I want it to be bigger. So I'm going to keep working. It's so pretty. It's a very simple pattern. It's going to be a nice blanket type shawl when it's done. But let me tell you about the pattern. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's called the 3 Triangles Shawl, and the 3 is spelled out THREE. It's a free pattern on Ravelry by Anastasia Zettel. The yarn is Ice Rainbow. Let me see the color. I saved this. The colors, Rainbow is the name, is the brand, and it's green, pink, gold, blue, and turquoise are the colors. Here is the number if you want to look it up on ice yarn. There it is. I'm using, where's the hook? Well, I heard it. Where did it go? There it is. I decided to try my Zing crochet hooks again, and I'm enjoying it. This is a J or a 6mm crochet hook. I'm enjoying it. It's working out really well. I like this, but I don't like it as much as that Susan Boyd, but it's a little heavier, but it's working well. So this is my American Idol. It's going to be a nice blanket shawl. Let me see if I can throw it around me without losing too many stitches. Yeah, it's going to be a nice carry in the car for the summer of going to cold places, cold air-conditioned places. That's what I've got so far. I want it to be a little longer. We'll see. I love it. The rows are definitely getting longer, but it's nice. I like it a lot. I never thought when I started this podcast 7 years ago that I would be this much of a crocheter, but thanks to, I think it's because of Sheila, and she got me started doing, she was the first one that showed virus shawls that I watch, and one day I just decided to just do it, and I've been hooked on all kinds of crochet ever since. So I'm a knitter, but I seem to be more of a crocheter these days. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. Again, I said I've started this podcast 7 years ago because I wanted to like communicate and be with other people, like-minded people, you know, yarny people. And it seems that everybody's just like got their own things happening and not a lot of people are watching. And so please, if you watch this, leave a comment down below, click the like button, share it if you want to. I would really appreciate it because it seems like my community is getting smaller and smaller, and I need it to be bigger so I can have something else to focus on, you know? And also keep me in your thoughts and prayers because I'm having a stress test on Thursday because I've been having some weird chest discomfort and I don't know what it is. And I went to the doctor um, today. I also went to the ER on Thursday just because, was it Thursday? Wednesday, because I was having the pain and it didn't stop. Taking an antacid thinking it was indigestion, and I didn't have a heart attack. I wasn't in, but something's causing some low heart rates and I just want to get checked out. So I'm having a stress echo on Thursday, and then when they finish that, they're going to put this sticker on me, which is a monitor that is going to be on for 2 weeks so they can see what my heart's doing in different times during the day. If it does something crazy, it'll record it. So keep me in your thoughts and prayers about everything. And I would thank you so very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for just being around. And I will see you the next time I film. Thank you so much. Don't forget to click the links below and do all the things. Bye, you guys.